Let's kick things off with a character and performance with a few screws loose. Stephen Ogg as Trevor Phillips in GTA 5. He's a lunatic. He's disgusting.
What kind of f***ing animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him. Oh, but I did kidnap his wife.
You might say he has absolutely no good characteristics and redeeming features whatsoever, and you know what? I'd agree with you. But the fact that he's able to constantly disgust, surprise, and unsettle is just a testament to how good Stephen Ogg is in bringing such a repulsive character to life. Good job, Steve. You make an exceptional awful human. Oh, Glados, you evil, insufferable, malicious little bucket of bolts. You made me distrust all mechanical beings and made me long for a life of Amish simplicity.
I thought you were my greatest enemy. When all along you were my best friend.
It's genuinely impressive to be so evil, horrible, and awful whilst displaying no outward emotion in your performance. It should be impossible, but McLain managed it.
We're going to need all the help we can get.
What makes it all worse is that for a brief naive time, we were on Glados' side. We trusted her, believed her, wanted to help her. She was likable and she seemed honest. Computers can't lie, right? They can say no, but they're not allowed to lie. But alas, lie she did, and fools out of all of us were made. What a horrible piece of to be honest. Let's look at one of the biggest actors on this list, and their portrayal of one of the biggest characters of all time. Mark Hamill, known as Private Griff, Ted Mitchum, and Luke Bloody Skywalker, and his performance as the Joker, known for being a right piece of work. Having voiced the Clown Prince of Crime in various animated worlds, Hamil reprised the role for the Arkham series, and he's just brilliant.
Surprise!
And out of all the iconic Joker laughs, he sits comfortably at number 1 with this. Esteemed treasure hunter, razor-sharp wit, rugged, untamable, handsome. I can only be talking about myself. No, I'm not talking about myself, nor am I talking about Indiana Jones. In fact, I'm talking about Nathan Drake.
Oh, really?
As one of the most beloved characters from recent memory, Nathan Drake has solidified himself as one of the top 3 or 4 best treasure hunters in modern times. Voicing the character over his epic 5-game saga, North had a huge hand in refining the character to the point where it felt he deserved a big budget movie, only for some Hollywood hotshot to come along and undo all his hard work. As much as I wanted to like you, Tom, you're no match for the big man himself, Mr. North. Coming in at number 6, we've got my favourite cowboy on the list, Red Dead Redemption 2's Arthur Morgan, who was brought to life by Roger Clark.
I've lived a bad life, sister.
And yes, I know, you might be a little bit upset that I'm picking this over Rob Wiedoff's John Marston, but I just think that Arthur Morgan was better. This opinion might be controversial and unpopular, but so am I. Arthur Morgan is brave. He's bold. He stands by his friends and his beliefs, and he's honest. Despite his lifestyle of shooting, murdering, and pillaging. He's the kind of man I wish I could be, although maybe without all that tuberculosis. Clark did an incredible job fleshing out such a deep and conflicted character, and his story of redemption and tragedy is one of the greatest ever told in gaming. In at number 5, we have Laura Bailey's performance of Nadine Ross in Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy. Alright, yes, it's a brief role in the franchise as a whole, but she stands as the most memorable antagonist across the series. Probably. And it's not because she's so evil or so outlandish, but because she's so human. She's a really well-written character, surprising, threatening, even a little bit charming. And if there's one thing I like in a villain, it's charm. And Nadine has that through and through.
What are you on about?
Maybe you prefer Nolan North as Drake more, and that's cool. But I'm putting Bailey higher because of her other great performances. Fetch from Infamous, Lucina from Fire Emblem, and Jaina from World of Warcraft. North, on the other hand, voiced 10 different Dota 2 heroes, and I don't really like Dota. Sorry, mate. Christopher Judge was great as Kratos, wasn't he? Stern, imposing, heartfelt, really scary. But everyone always talks about Kratos. I'm instead giving this spot to Jeremy Davies as Baldur. Is he better than Christopher Judge? Dunno. Am I choosing him just to be sort of a bit contrarian? Yeah, probably. But is any of that fair? No, not really. But I think I can actually justify this one. Or rather, Jeremy can, because his performance was truly exceptional.
I'm pretty sure I do.
From first meeting him as a half-naked, scrappy weirdo, he's an imposing figure that puts even the indomitable Kratos in his place. Not even I could do that. It's really impressive. Of all the titanic foes and monstrous enemies Kratos will encounter, it's Baldur that we remember best. So yeah, he's my number 4. It's also just amazing that he can deliver all those lines whilst being punched in the face so often by Christopher Judge. Amazing, right? On my first podium spot, I've got someone who stood out as my favourite performance in a voice cast that includes Martin Sheen. The one, the only, Commander Shepard, but the lady one. Here's my hot take. Jennifer Hale as Commander Shepard is the peak Mass Effect experience. Her male counterpart is solid, don't get me wrong, but Hale's performance is just a class above.
I said a badass, not some scout whining like a quarian with a tummy ache.
The series may have characters with more dramatic performances, and those are great in short bursts, but Shepard's unwavering stature as their captain ties everything else together. Better yet, given the nature of the game, the delivery and portrayal of Shepard is exactly what you want to make of it. Want Hale as a comedic, friendly, woman of the people leader? She'll do it. Or if you just want your player to be a ruthless little renegade, Hale's performance will have you absorbed and believing in all the terrible decisions that you'll have to make. Hi, welcome to second place, Ashley Burch. Your performance of Chloe in Life is Strange is nothing short of superb. So granted, after some of the characters we've looked at, Chloe is a bit boring. She's not trying to save the world, not trying to destroy it. She's not got some elaborate quest or fantastic story. She's just a teenager, doing normal human teenager things. She's discovering the world around her and herself.
Like you know, you're not even a real cop, you're a f***ing security guard.
The game is not for everyone, that's for sure. You're not going to be swept up in some action-packed adventure. But if you have an interest in all the strange and confusing emotions an everyday person can feel, and maybe even feel them yourself, then give it a try. And then after that, come back and tell me just how great Ashley Burch is. Really, she is excellent. Full marks, 100%. But even better than all that lot, in my opinion, is Troy Baker's role as Joel in The Last of Us. And honestly, I don't know how anyone could fault it. The performance was so good they remade, remastered, and re-released the game 60 times because nobody could get enough of how good Troy Baker was as Joel.
Now you're gonna mark it on the map. And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to. Mark it.
There are tons of other great performances in the game. Ashley Johnson was exceptional as Ellie, not to mention W. Earl Brown, Annie Wershing, and Jeffrey Pierce as Bill, Tess, and Tommy respectively. But Troy Baker, for me, is the star of the show. When HBO had their pick of actors to bring Joel to life, they went for Pedro Pascal. I just want to state that I love Pedro Pascal. His glittering eyes bring light into my otherwise dreary little life. He brings me warmth, comfort, and hope. Yet despite my love for this brilliant man, Joel will always be Troy Baker in my heart. Still not sold on my top pick? Swap out Joel for the unnerving pagan Min from Far Cry 4, the determined Talion from Shadow of Mordor, the slimy villainy of Gul'dan from World of Warcraft, or the straight-up badassery of Booker DeWitt from Bioshock Infinite. All incredible characters, all incredible performances, and all immortalized by one incredible voice actor, the exceptionally talented Troy Baker. And there we go, my best voice performances in video games. If I missed your favorite, maybe it was just on the list earlier and you missed it. Really, that's your fault, not mine. And I refuse to be held accountable. Anyway, yep, that's the end of the episode. It's all done.